How does something as immaterial as consciousness arrive from something as insentient as matter? What created the Big Bang? Where did the helium and the hydrogen come from? Well, it was just there. Really? Now, you get the same problem when you think of consciousness as the prime mover. Where did it come from? If this is just a stone that we're on here, how does this thing we call consciousness derive from that?
How do you measure the mass of the human mind? How does it work?
Cleve Baxter was a guy who worked for the FBI. He was a technician for lie detecting. And one day he's in his office. He said, well, I wonder what would happen if I hooked up one of my plants to the lie detector test. Put sensors on his plant. And he got a reading. And so he said to himself, well, I wonder what would happen if I set it on fire. And he went to look for some matches, and when he came back, he looked at the trail of the tape, and he realized that at the point where he even just thought about setting the plant on fire, he got a reaction from the plant. And then what he did was he took 2 cabbage plants. He had people come in, and one would destroy the plant next to the other one. And the one that was not being chopped up was reacting to the violence being perpetrated on the cabbage that was sitting there. What does it prove? We don't know.
Word spread quickly that the dean of the engineering school was meddling in a psychic phenomena. My president looked me in the eye and said, Bob, I don't want to have to explain why I've got a dean of engineering doing psychic research. I had a very famous physicists actually tried to keep students from coming to look at our laboratory. That's a sin. I had always presumed that if I could get valid data, people would have to look at it. They don't.
Science has to have proof of stuff. And most of the evidence we have of extrasensory perception is anecdotal, unprovable.
They categorically reject it, make fun of it, and you change the rules.
I tell people, if you really can't take any of this, if you totally disbelieve all of this, that's fine. It's fine. But you have to tell me why.